Number 5, this one might sound like a curveball, but it's really not. Do not drive a car that you can't afford. The first major payment that people stop making when things go wrong in the economy is not their house, it's their car. And if you drive a car that you cannot afford, well, this car can create a lot of stress, not just when times are good. I mean, obviously, when you go to fill in the premium gas, it's stressful, but when times are bad, then it can create a whole lot of stress because now you have this $600 a month car payment when you're struggling to eat. That's a situation that you want to avoid. And this is why some investors like to look at repossession rates to get an idea of what type of economy that we're really in, because as repossessions rise, historically that has meant that the economy starts to go down for that very reason. So this can be an opportunity for you to protect yourself by just not going too deep into debt to buy a car. In fact, the best thing that you can do is buy a car with cash. That way you don't have to worry about the payments. And now it's not a stress on your financial life. The 6th thing that you can do is get rid of your personal loans today. That means things like credit card debts. That means things like payday loans. That means things like home equity lines of credit. When you take out debt to go out and buy things like a boat or a vacation or clothes or a car. These are all debts that are not adding any money in your pocket, but they take money out of your pocket every single month. That's fine when things are okay. That's fine when you have the income to pay for it. That's fine when things are fine, but it's not fine when things start to be tough. And this is where you want to be preparing when things are okay for times that are not so okay. And that means now being a little bit more proactive and working to pay down these debts more aggressively, working to pay down your credit card debts, working to pay down your payday loans, avoid payday loans at all costs, avoid credit card debts at all costs, and those home equity lines of credit that you're using to buy things that aren't making any money, to buy things that aren't putting any money in your pocket. Use this as a time to be financially smart and get out of that financial rat race of just making money to pay your bills. Make money, get rid of those bills. That way you have more money to invest, to build your savings, to build your investments, and to build that money that can be invested. And finally, number 7, which kind of wraps all of this together, is live within your means. I think Dave Ramsey says, act your wage, which is a great way to say this, which means you got to be willing to take a pay cut. That way you have money to save and invest every month. See, living within your means doesn't mean that you make $1,000 and spend $999. Living within your means you make $1,000 and then you spend no more than $750. You're investing at least $150 and you're saving at least $100. This way now you're putting some money aside for your savings, you're putting some money aside to be invested, and you're putting some money aside to be spent. That's what living within your means. And in order for you to really ever build wealth, you have to live within your means. And the reality is, if you ever want to become wealthy, the way you do that is by owning investments. You'll hear people say that you need money to make money, which is not true. You need money to grow your money. The reason why you hear people talking about, oh, how am I supposed to go out and invest in real estate or do these things where you see investors make these huge returns because I don't have any money? Well, yeah, investing your money into real estate, investing your money in stocks, these are ways to grow your wealth. It's not a way to make that wealth. The way that you make it is you go to work or you build a business, you have an income. Now, when you get this income, you don't spend all the income. Then you take this money that you don't spend and you go out and you invest it into stocks, you go out and invest it into real estate. And then this is called growing your wealth, because this is where investors build the most wealth. They see the value of their investments and assets rise. But you can't do that unless you own any of these investments. You can't do that unless you own any of the assets. And in order for you to own the assets, you need money to go out and purchase them. And that means you cannot live by spending all of your money in the first place. So you got to spend less than what you make, save some of it to protect you, save some of it to be able to capitalize on opportunities, invest some of it, and spend less. That way you have more money to build your wealth. And then you can also work to earn more money. But again, you're earning more money not just to drive a faster car, but you're earning more money so you can save more to protect you, save more to capitalize on opportunities, have more money to invest, and then spend a little bit more money as well. And this is now the recipe to build wealth, because now you keep investing your money. You don't need to wait for a recession to start investing, but you keep investing your money. And then if you see something bad happen in the economy, you see a market crash, you see asset prices go down, you see a good investment opportunity, you can use the money that you've been saving to be invested as a tool to go out and purchase more of that investment at a discounted price, which can then accelerate how fast you build your wealth. But that requires the financial education, that requires you to be prepared, and that requires you to understand the financial trends that we know where you should be investing. If you enjoyed this clip and you want to continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.